Ki khubor ka bate Cctv. Pindon kam da ka Mahindra Power Roll India's #1 generator. Pinlat ka khuslai lahamiet nishai. Spare parts but service ru pinyo klem jing khuslai. Kwah University Meghalaya is now open for admissions for the academic year 2025. Explore our best courses and apply today. Fee concessions are available for domicile students of the state of Meghalaya.
Unoilam jungkaliang persya ki dorbar thawan ke jelau Dr. Mukul sangma bolong ru menteri rang ba berim la Kynthoh ye jing angnu jong sarkar ban Kyntiew ye kam jong kai perthei khem na bu pat hakmat e ye jing shngan jukidong shoshdong ba kinawan jong kai nabar ke jela bat nabari ula Kynthoh ru halo ka jing bambu jong sarkar ye kendon jong Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act ka bakdo badewan Pyndait ye closed circuit television ladi Cctv kana mandubla ban budin yikinu gidu jinja hakano kono ka khalmat Haba penpau ko jing sngosi halo ka jinja yiki syukurim ne indoor Madhya Pradesh Dr. Mukul sangma ulong baga jela Meghalaya kamde benyo jingaro tang namar bakadani ki saudong saukun ki be itenat ndege de ben longru ka basnganya baro ki nong shoshnong bat kumjuru yiki nong jongai ki bawan nabar
This different exercise over the years, over the decades, that every successive government have embarked upon to ensure that the state is somehow capable of ensuring the kind of peaceful environment for its citizens, to ensure the sense of a safe and secure environment within the state. You will very easily recollect when we embarked upon this concept of safe and secure cities, starting with the state capital, then extended it to different district capitals. We all had this initiative which was launched in the Sadar police station, Shillong, long time back. After we did exhaustive due diligence on the need to ensure that you are able to know what is happening in every nook and corner of the city of Shillong, as well as the district capitals and the highways which connect these state capital and district capitals. And this was further reinforced by the mandate of the law, Meghalaya Resident Safety and Security Act. You go through the act. The legal mandate and the binding responsibility of the state to ensure safe and safety of the citizens is reflected, very precisely factored in the law, because we know that these are necessary. These are not for the purpose of any engagement of rhetoric to show that okay, you are doing this, you are doing that, but these are things which you need to do even silently without even telling people. Now, unfortunately, do you have that kind of infrastructural support which was embarked upon during that time? Do you see it? Even the police stations are not covered by round the clock 24/7 Cctv. As I have been told by many men and women of the police organization themselves, they have confided in me. So also the people, so also the friends from media. Now, why is it necessary? Because leveraging upon all the inputs that is available for the government and all the concerned officers at different levels to understand the challenges that confront us on a regular basis from the law and order perspective, from the safety and security of the citizens perspective, so that you have all the necessary inputs and all the paraphernalia that is required to ensure that. Is it there? But in as far as the government is concerned, the government prior to this incumbent government, we have already understood this importance of these whole necessary interventions to support the law enforcing agencies and to support the citizens to know what is happening, and based on which you can have preventive measures. And also these exercises also acts as deterrents to any adventurism to create any kind of situation which we are witnessing now. Now you have also, therefore, you have every reason to believe that if this whole infrastructure requirement which were initiated upon by our government during my time as the Chief Minister, if this should have been understood from the perspective of the importance of these additional interventions as indispensable additional collateral interventions to ensure that the government of the day or the law enforcing agencies are capable of coming up with any knowledge about anything that happens, or any unforeseen challenges of similar nature which has unfortunately taken place can be handled immediately, and there will be a prompt action and prompt response and therefore prompt resolution. Now you start searching with drones, you start searching by bringing in people from here and there, but if you would have had this whole system in place, which is already mandated by the law, Meghalaya's Resident Safety and Security Act, and understand the mandate of this act, and understand, the overall positive ramification, positive outcome of this whole implementation of the mandate of the act. Today, as a knee-jerk reaction, I see that, okay, now you will put CCTV. Why didn't you put it in the first instance? We have started. We have shown the way. You had to only leverage upon it and extend it as per the law. Law is to guide you. It is not a personal whims and fancies, but it is a mandate of the law which has been an offshoot of a collective and comprehensive and exhaustive engagement. Any law that has been passed in the assembly, it is not for anything which is considered as not important. Every provision that is in the law is conceptualized based on importance of those provisions which are factored in the law. Now, in addition to that, do you have the manpower? Do you have the manpower? You have reckless driving. You have so many accidents on the road. Even the response time for the medical team to reach from the place of occurrence to the nearest hospital. Do you see any sign, any signboard indicating where the trauma center is? Do you see on the road? These are requirements. These are requirements. Therefore, you have aggregation of this whole infrastructure and manpower who are deployed. How we aggregate our strength and aggregate our own whatever wherewithal is put in place to deal with this kind of situation. You look at what has happened in Star Cement. What does the news say? As far as I am concerned, I have somehow been fed by that information which is available before the media, which has been carried by media, that in addition to whatever has happened, what has happened is because of the number of people who are victims of substance abuse. Is it not that the media carried that story? That some people have confided that the whole fallout that took place was aggravated to that scale of chaos and disorder, resulting in what we saw was because there were quite a substantial number of victims of substance abuse. Therefore, how can you rule out in the instant case also that this unfortunate incident has happened maybe because of whoever? It need not be a terrorist. No. Friends, now please take this particular point with utmost sense of seriousness and the gravity with which this particular issue is attached with. The states, even without any terrorist organization operating, even without any unlawful militant activities being visible in any parts of the state, this kind of law and order situation and unfortunate incident can happen. If you have too many frustrated young men and women in the state, if you have people who are considered as victim of nepotism and dislocation of their deserving livelihoods are taken away by people in authority or by malgovernance or lack of people. And also, when the government continues to be in denial mode rather than trying and putting all its efforts to somehow deal with the concern of the surge in the numbers of our youth who are becoming victims of substance abuse. Result of failure of the government to deal with the peddlers. Where is the drugs coming from? Where is the drug coming from? And who are those who are involved in this peddling? You have seen on a number of occasions whenever there is a seizure of drugs, contraband drugs, the value is usually shared.